You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Exploring the multiverse of pop culture.
This is Podcasserole.
An Adam and JP show.
Okay, I think I forgot how we do this.
Is this thing on? Do I tap it first?
Tap, tap, tap.
You know, people that
hello.
never touch a mic, the first thing they do to test it is always, why is that?
I don't know.
What's the nature to make you want to do that?
Even people that do.
Yeah.
When they step up to it, hey, is this thing on? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Every time I'm doing my wedding video edits, it's always during the speeches.
Yeah.
They just punch the mic.
Always
Does this work?
Anytime I go up to a microphone and I wonder if it's on or not, I
Yeah.
give it one of these. I just go.
Yeah. I'll give the old blow. Oh, the blow?
What?
You blow
Yeah,
on it?
that's
Okay.
what I do.
You blow on it?
Yeah. Hey, I have something special for you.
What's that?
This is was it been almost 2 months?
It's been 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this?
Many people are
Do you know what this is
Oh,
yet?
I do.
Do you know what that is?
Oh, I'm aware.
It's my little welcome back song. Because I know you're a fan.
Yeah, you know it.
So, have you been watching that USA series where they're trying to figure out who killed Puff Daddy's career?
Are you serious?
No.
The sad part is I had to question that. I don't know. With today's entertainment, I'm not sure if that's real or not.
No, it's actually trying to figure out who killed
Tupac and Biggie?
Tupac and
That's
Biggie, yeah.
still happening, huh?
Yeah.
You're still investigating that?
Well, I guess it's an anniversary this year,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, just like it's the anniversary of Waco.
Oh, yeah, Waco's everywhere right now.
I'm so happy we're back doing this because it's saving me from watching something about Waco
Right,
tonight,
yeah.
probably. I'm sure there's something on that I
I'm
would have
sure.
ended up watching.
Yeah, Waco or the Olympics, one of the two.
The Olympics start tonight,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, there's a mini-series on, it's now, when we left, it was called Spike,
It's not Spike anymore?
and now it's called the Paramount Network.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's the Paramount Network.
Did not know that.
I did not know that. That is some weird, wild stuff. The Paramount Network, they launched with the 6-part series about Waco.
I didn't know it was the
And I've been
Paramount.
watching
Wow.
that.
So Spike is done.
Yeah, Spike's done. Yeah, because they had the whole social media. Like Spike was actually posting on, and it was going through depression and all this.
Wow, didn't know
When
that.
they-
I did not know that.
Yep.
I did not know
I
that.
did not know that.
If you want a good social media account to follow, I kid you not, follow Moon Pies on Twitter.
Oh, it is good.
That's my favorite
I do
Twitter
follow
account.
Moon
Like I
Pies.
go every day to check their feed.
And was it NECA Toys?
Are they pretty good too?
That's another good one to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was it Emo Kylo Ren?
Oh yeah, Emo Kylo Ren's good.
Yeah. Though I guess the person behind it came out and said she was doing it, and then everybody was disappointed
Oh really?
when they found out it was her.
Ah.
Really? So all this joy that she brought you for the last 2 years
Well, it's the magic.
is just washed away.
It's the Wizard of Oz, literally.
I guess.
You know. So where have you been the past 2 months? What's going on?
I have there's so many. Probably this episode and maybe even the next one we'll just be catching up.
Just hop around. Yeah, hang with us.
'cause
Hang with
we've-
us. We'll talk about fun stuff, but hang around.
We've had a lot going on, and I have plenty to tell you about, but I want to start with you
Mm-hmm.
because, mine's just kind of
I mean,
like, hey, I was sick.
it's all
Or whatever.
perspective.
Yeah, I guess.
I've
I guess
realized
that's
this.
true.
Yeah, in general.
But please, what have you
Yeah.
been doing? What's been going on with you
had a-
when last we left?
We have a baby daughter now at the house. That's fun.
And-
I almost said I had, but I didn't have. I just received.
Do we want to do names?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. Eleanor Louise. is
Eleanor
what
Louise.
We call her Ellie.
I loved her books when I was a kid.
Is that who's that?
The Eleanor Louise books.
Are there Eleanor Louise books?
Yeah, they're kids' books.
Are you serious?
The Adventures of Eleanor Louise.
are you serious?
Yeah, she was a little girl in a little dress with the balloon.
I think you're joking me. If so, I've never heard of this book series.
It's not.
Dang it. Maybe soon. We call her Ellie. Is the name. So when I refer to Ellie,
Like Jurassic Park.
yeah. In future episodes, if referred to Ellie, that's who we're talking about. Yeah. And I won't go. I won't become that guy and just talk about kids nonstop. But it was an experience. We'll say that.
Yeah, and like you said, we won't get too into the weeds
Yeah,
with it,
yeah.
but some Ellie coming into the world
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a couple of challenges
Right.
that kept you guys in the hospital longer than you thought you would be.
We had a almost 2-week stay in the NICU which I didn't know what that meant before this, but the neonatal intensive care unit. As scary as it sounds, I'll tell you that. And so, long story short, my wife had a C-section because the baby was scheduled to be between like 11 and a half pounds. She comes out and has some blood sugar issues, and they got those worked out. Then we had some oxygen issues with some fluid on the lungs, and that was worked out. But now we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are home.
Home, everything's good. We had a doctor's appointment. We're perfect, 100%. We're all good.
Eating and pooping every 3 hours.
We eat, we poop, we sleep. And
Yeah.
she does sometimes too, but yeah. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad you guys are home.
Thank you. But it was, I don't want to downplay that because it was a terrifying 2 weeks.
Imagine. Well, I know it was for you.
Yeah. But now we're all good, so it's behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you grow up a little bit when you go through stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure you do. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
On your family and your home.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, during that whole time, it gives you a perspective and kind of makes you understand what's important, what's not. Stuff I would hear 2 weeks prior to that, when you're in the hospital with a newborn child in that kind of condition, you don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Right.
You hear stuff of new toys. You see trailers for movies, and it's weird. You don't get so excited. And you understand. You just kind of sweep it under the rug. Mm-hmm. But now we're out of that situation, and I'm ready to talk some toys
about
and movies.
Star Wars.
Yeah, toys and movies, exactly.
Like we hadn't seen Star Wars.
I know.
When
Yeah.
Last we
time we
left.
spoke. Yeah.
We hadn't seen The Last Jedi,
It was before my annual Star Wars party, even.
which I wasn't able to come to.
Oh yeah.
Because my heat went out.
You're right.
So we
forgot about
were
that.
trying to fix the heat that entire
You're
day.
totally right. I forgot about that.
That was the first thing to happen.
Yeah.
And I've decided that we have to do this podcast to keep me healthy.
You think it's what? Because you have.
Somehow,
Yeah.
my immune system and overall general health is directly related to us doing this weekly.
I think you're right. It's like Samson and his hair. This is your hair.
This is my hair.
This is your hair.
Because we leave, we go on Christmas break. In between Christmas and New Year, I get an abscessed tooth, and I go in and they look at it and they give me the medicine and they're like, "Hey, it's going to get worse before it gets better." And then I wake up.
They're terrible, by the way. They're terrible.
I wake up the next day and my jaw is like the size of a softball.
Yeah.
And the dentist was right. It was like I was just glad I had the pain pills because it was really bad. And then I had to go in, much like you dealt with this like a couple
Yeah.
of
A few years ago. Yeah.
I remember when you dealt with it, we were standing out in between recording and like you're spitting out blood.
Yeah.
And then like you pull out a little piece and you're like, I think this is a piece of my tooth. That's probably not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And mine was like a root canal that went bad and it turned on me. And
Yeah.
so then I had to deal with that. So I hadn't been to the dentist in years.
Just like the doctor, that's kind of if I'm not dying, we don't go.
And I go and they pull it out, they get all the roots out and all that good
So
stuff.
it is gone now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's gone.
extracted. Yeah.
It's gone.
Okay. Yeah.
And so then they're like, well, why don't you come back in a couple of weeks? We'll give you, with your insurance, you get a free cleaning. And I'm like, uh-huh.
You know how this works.
I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I honestly can't tell you, this is terrible, and I don't recommend this.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you the last time I had my teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
If ever.
So I went back in September. You remember this?
Yeah.
I've as a
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. What happened?
As a functioning adult, I have no memory of having my teeth cleaned.
Yeah, I don't either.
Now, keep it. I floss. I brush
Yeah,
twice
yeah,
daily.
yeah.
I'm not a gross guy, but I don't go to the dentist as often as I should. Probably.
No, neither do I.
And because it's going to be painful and or a lot of money, maybe both.
Uh-huh.
Very possible both. So I go there. The wife's like, "Hey, we have great insurance. Now, just it'll be fun. You have a daughter coming. She's going to be afraid of the dentist.
You should get your teeth in check."
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what, let's do it. And I go there September. I had no pain for the first time in my life. I go to the dentist for no reason.
Yep.
And I went there.
Uh-huh.
I've lost count, but I believe they found 7 cavities.
That's what I had. 7 exactly.
Are you serious? Not only that, they want to, from years prior, we spoke of my abscess tooth they extracted. They talked
would have
about
put in a falsie.
The actual the
Yeah.
implant, which
Yeah.
is a pretty intense procedure. I mean, drilled into the bone. We're talking anesthesia, the whole deal. And I have 4 compacted wisdom teeth, top and bottom, both sides. So
I don't have that.
In all total, I had 12 teeth needed to be attended to. 7 cavities, 4 wisdom teeth, and the actual implant.
Have you started on that yet?
No, I did all cavities are filled up. Those are
Yeah.
good. And there were so many I had to go in 2 different appointments.
I've got
after
3
that.
appointments to fill my cavities.
I had 2. I had 4 one day and 3 the next.
Yeah.
It was
We're
something.
just like the grossest people in the world. I got a mouthful of rotten teeth is basically what I'm saying.
Well, I wouldn't know it. There's no pain.
Yeah, there is no pain.
And I guess what they told me is I said the same thing, and they said when it's pain, it's root canal point at that part.
Yeah.
At that point, because it's the actual nerve being exposed.
Uh-huh.
And I've had some of those too. So
Yeah,
I think I just have bad teeth.
Dun-dun-dun.
Bad teeth
Dun-dun-dun.
genetics. That's what it is. I think so.
Yeah, and then
So I feel your pain, literally.
I've got like like they said and I'd known this like from years ago, but they said it was hereditary that like because my mom had like some receding gum things, and so now I've got that. And so they want to go in. They found the 7 cavities.
Yeah,
they want to fill those.
So
like,
you went back for the cleaning. That's when they found it.
Yeah, well, they saw it.
Oh, really?
It was like one of those things. Like they saw them.
They don't want to say it,
and they were like, "Hey, after we get this taken care of, you might want to come back in. and We'll do a cleaning, and then we'll just give it a good look over." Yeah,
but the cleaning felt great, right?
But it took an hour.
Yeah.
Like for one solid hour, the dental hygienist was cleaning my teeth.
I
felt like an animal in the zoo. Like I was watching something on PBS.
It sounds gross, but I think the amount of plaque that was there made my mouth felt totally different afterwards.
See, I had no plaque.
Really? I think I had a lot of plaque.
She said, like, you have like 0 plaque.
Yeah.
You've got some tartar.
Maybe that's what, I don't know the difference.
Yeah. But the tartar is what they had to like scrape off.
Yeah,
and stuff.
those scraping.
And my teeth felt totally different now. Like I can feel like when I put my tongue against the back of my teeth, like I have a lisp now.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
Because it feels different.
There's like there are gaps in between teeth you didn't know you had.
Yeah, I didn't know I had that.
It was all just like old meat in between before that.
And she's like, "Hey, do you eat a lot of sugar?" And I was like, "Not as much as I used to."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I could tell." I was like, "What does that mean?" "You've got some cavities." And she's like, "I'm going to take a picture of this and a picture of this." I'm like, "Wow, you're certainly taking a lot of pictures of teeth."
Yeah.
And then the dentist comes in afterwards, and he's like, "Yeah, we're going to need a schedule like to get these fillings done, and then we'll go in and take care of this. And at some point, you'll want to get an implant."
Yeah, same here. Did they have the
It's like
awesome?
going to the mechanic.
Was the awesome 3D? The actual the ultrasound, the X-ray.
The X-ray.
Did they have the 3D X-ray there?
Yeah.
I love when they do that. I feel like Bill Bixby, Dr. Bruce Banner.
Yeah, because you have to lay back.
Like, yeah, it was so cool.
Doon, 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 doon.
Yeah, I liked it.
But they leave the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She looked at me the whole time.
No.
I could have had my own Bixby moment.
Yeah, you could have.
Damn it.
Did like the X comes down over your forehead. And then after that, so we go through all the cavities and whatnot, and he's like, "Yeah, so we'll do this in like 3 segments, and then you'll get the implant down the road." And it really is like going to a mechanic.
Oh yeah, your
Like,
blinkers out, and then your whole
you go to get your oil changed. They're like, "Oh, you need to get that serpentine belt replaced.
Right.
Like, you need to get some cavities filled."
Yeah.
I'm never going to a doctor.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I kind of have a story kind of like to relate to that.
Yeah, I have an almost mandatory physical coming up. Almost
Really?
So it's the way our new insurance works out. It's like some kind of wellness plans. If you wear a Fitbit and you have a certain amount of steps and you're in good shape, they give you money.
Yeah.
And so basically, we go no matter what the results are. If we both get physicals, we receive like $1,800.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Is it worth it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I'll give you $1,800. Just not tell me there's something wrong.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
All day long.
Because the whole time they were like looking at my mouth, I'm please don't find anything.
Yeah.
Other than cavities.
Right.
They'll be like, "Oh, there's a spot we need to check out."
Yeah. It's kind of
on
fun
the
for
back of your tongue.
About 2 hours after to talk like JR though, right? Did you have that kind of fun with the shot?
Yeah, there was that. Well, I came home. I drove home after that.
Yeah. It was just shots.
Because it was just local.
Yeah. But you talk all funny.
Yeah, I did. There was some
My
of that.
God,
I didn't go back to
Dad.
work. I came home. But then I had to speak. This is funny. You'll find this hilarious. But right before I went to that, I had to speak in front of 200 co-op store managers.
Wow.
Yeah, like the co-op,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the farmers co-op.
Yeah, the
If
sweet
there's-
feed.
If you're not from the South, like we all know what the co-op is.
Yeah.
But if you're not from the South,
Is co-op a South only thing?
no, there's co-ops all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Google like farmers co-op.
Right, yeah.
And you'll see like these stores. And then
Maybe
they
a
have
TSC. Is that nationwide? The Tractor Supply
Yeah, like
Company?
Tractor Supply Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
A little more dirty.
So they had their southeast meeting,
Yeah.
and I had to go speak before the. And now I'm still like the swelling had gone down, but I still had like the pulsating, kind of because I wasn't on the pain medicine.
Yeah.
And then I had to get up and speak in front of the general managers
Wow.
of the farmers co-ops.
Yeah.
Across the southeast, and I spoke to that about radio, and then left there and went right to the dentist to get that.
It's crazy to think. I mean, I don't know the actual timeline, but let's say 200 years ago, if you had that, you would be dead.
Yeah.
Because of your abscess tooth. Like
Well,
you're dead.
mine was on the lower, but yours was on the higher. And you
Yeah.
said like
It
because
was
the
go-
infection could have got up into
to my
your
brain, yeah.
Yeah.
It was an actual infection. Like I would lie down to go to sleep, and the blood would rush, and like it was someone stabbed me in the head.
Yeah.
When I would just lie down, so I couldn't sleep for 2 or 3 days. I couldn't.
Yeah, you know what I got hooked on during
What's
that
that?
period?
What's
Like
that?
that weekend, like New Year's weekend. Is
Morphine?
what it was. Not morphine. What did I have? Hydrocodone.
Oh, okay.
Was the pain medicine I had.
I gotcha.
But I got hooked on grilled cheese and tomato bisque soup.
Ooh.
'Cause-
My wife, she loves that combo. I can't do a tomato soup.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man.
I didn't think I did.
It's like SpaghettiOs minus the good stuff.
And then they had it at my niece's wedding. She got married
Yeah.
over Christmas.
Had a soup at wedding.
And so they had like soups.
That's fancy.
Because it was out, because it was cold.
Yeah.
Because, she got married outside on December 27th.
We don't judge here.
Yeah. So they had like soups at the, the reception.
Yeah.
And so I got like a grilled cheese
Yeah.
and a tomato bisque.
Uh-huh.
I said, this is fantastic. So then 2 days later, when I can't eat anything that's not soft.
Yeah.
And
Just gumming it up.
My wife, and my wife was she was at her parents' house, and so I'm kind of at home. So I just got a bunch of tomato soup and made grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Yeah, that's my wife loves that. I can't do it though.
It's really good.
It's the worst.
I
part
could
of
eat it
SpaghettiOs.
every day. I had to stop myself because I just wanted to continue. Like I'd buy more. My wife's like, "Did you buy a loaf of bread?" Yeah, because
It's the worst
I love grilled
part.
cheese.
Like SpaghettiOs are all right, only because of the meatballs. First off,
Yeah, the meatballs are
second
tasty.
off the little noodles, little circle noodles.
Yeah.
it's like buying a bag of pizza crust. Man, I love pizza crust.
No, the tomato bisque is all right.
But you guys have something to dip it in, right? You can't just eat straight tomato soup.
Well, I would do both. Oh. Yeah, because, I was on hydrocodone.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure, like, that first or second night, because like I said, my wife wasn't here. So I know at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was making tomato soup and grilled cheese. Like 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's funny.
Yeah. And not just a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Like 2. And then I'm like, oh, well, what am I going to do with the hill part of the loaf? I'll just make that into half a grilled cheese. It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
So then I find out, like, they're doing this wellness thing at work, like this 6 weeks, get jumpstart back into healthy. And, we both lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that since I've taken this other job back in the summer that my exercise routine is almost nearly non-existent.
Right.
So I know I've put a little weight back on. And so I go to weigh in. And I'm 15 pounds heavier than the day I started.
Wow. It happens.
15 pounds, man.
It happens fast.
15 pounds.
Yeah. It happens fast. It's funny. I started back on Monday, back in the routine, the good stuff. So
Yeah.
The past few months with a pregnant wife in the house, it's not proper.
Yeah, so there's no more grilled cheese and tomato bisque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun, though. It's all good. I had a salad for dinner tonight. Who eats a salad for dinner?
No, I have a salad for dinner a lot.
Yeah. Like at a restaurant, but at home?
Yeah.
I should never make a home salad, but here we are.
And a lot of times, if you're not familiar, like I went to work for WSM and Ramen and Gaylord. Or not Gaylord. It's not called Gaylord. Oops, sorry.
Oh.
It's RHP. And they own the Ramen and the Opry and all that good stuff and WSM. So they're still involved with the Opryland Hotel. So there's a giant cafeteria in the basement of the Opryland Hotel.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
Yeah. So I'll go over there and it's cheap. So you can go through the salad bar. Like today, I went and got a salad for $2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really nice.
That's pretty awesome.
And then what? And then I had the flu.
Oh, yeah. Which is a big thing for most people. All this stuff happens. And the flu.
And then I had the flu that everybody has.
So is that just a bad cold, or was there a bad cold with some poopies involved? What are we talking here? Give it to me straight.
There was
Doc.
no throwing up,
Really?
no poopies, lots of congestion.
I'm going to stop the dad talk right now. I promise you. You got some poopies in there?
Yeah, I got a little poopy. Adam. I felt poopy.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the poopies.
So just a very, very bad cold.
That's what it felt like.
Okay.
And then I thought it was just a cold, and then I finally went and they did the test where they shoved the thing up your nose.
I never had that until this past year. 2 days before my daughter was born, I had the sniffles. I just want to make double sure it wasn't bad stuff. So I went to the doctor, and they did the same thing, that long Q-tip up the nose.
Yep.
Never had that done before.
I stomped the floor.
Really?
Yeah. Like medically,
That was odd.
This off time has been just hell for me. Now, you telling the story that you told at the
yeah.
beginning,
Perspective.
puts it in perspective.
Yeah.
But personally,
Yeah, right.
yeah, so they shoved that thing up my nose.
Yeah.
And when it like connected with the top of my whatever
Cranium.
brain, I stomped the floor. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's okay."
Where did you go?
Like the little minute clinic
Which one, though? Because I'm thinking,
at the giant Kroger.
same here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we may have had the same Q-tip shared.
It's possible.
Could have been low that week.
But so then it tested positive for the flu. So then I had the flu.
So when they tell you have the flu, do they break it to you slow? Is it like, have a seat?
When they tell you that you have the flu,
They give you the Chris Hansen?
they look at it, one person leaves, and another person comes in a mask
Oh, wow.
and sits down to tell you have the flu.
I was curious because it's pretty bad, but it's not like bad.
Yeah. And so now I still, it's gone. Like we were going to record last week.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, you've got a daughter at home now,
Yeah.
and I've had the flu, so we should probably postpone a week.
Yeah.
But I still have like the congestion.
Sniffles,
and
yeah.
Not the sniffly so much as you can hear it.
Uh-huh.
You can hear a little bit like rattle.
Rattle.
Yeah. And I will stop to cough.
Yeah.
And if you make me laugh, I'll probably stop.
We'll try to make it happen.
It'll be gross. Yeah, but it's a
get it out
good
of
one.
Well, so what do they give you? Do you have is it Tamiflu? There you go. Get it
Yeah,
out. Get it out, baby.
Yeah, I had Tamiflu. Ow. That's a good boy.
That's
You're
a good one.
boy.
Did you poopies with it?
No. Yeah, I was on Tamiflu for a week.
Is that a pill form or liquid
I had
form?
I had the pill form.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been hearing all about this on Facebook. I don't know what Tamiflu is.
Like there's a Tamiflu shortage.
yeah.
Well, I will say that when I went and picked it up at the pharmacy, it was me and then 2 other people behind me had the same box.
Really?
So,
Man.
I guess that flu thing is for real.
I would never. So it's one thing to be a pharmacist, but to be like a pharmacy tech, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Imagine the people you're touching. I mean, I don't mean to judge your occupation, but it can't be an astronomical amount of money
Well, I asked the doctor.
to be getting money from someone with the flu. Like 20 people a day that have the flu,
Yeah.
touching them.
What? And I asked the doctor. I was like, "How do you not have the flu?"
Yeah, I've wondered that.
And
a
she
lot.
said, "Well, I wear this mask." I was like, because that's what started. I was like, "I'm so glad you wore the mask in here." She was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no offense,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear the mask."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh no, I'm glad you." And she said, "This mask," and I go through a bottle of Purex every day.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And I'm constantly washing my hands.
Wow.
Yep. So
That's what you have to do, huh?
I guess I just want to find out who I got it from.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I got it from my wife, even though she had, because it was a different strain. It was a different strain than she had. Because she'd had it like 2 weeks before. But my sister-in-law has had it and my father-in-law has had it. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure my brother-in-law has it.
Really?
He just won't admit that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's bad up there. The old flu.
So that's 20 minutes of what we've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I wish it could be more exciting.
It's all good.
So I want to, approach this carefully.
Right.
Because I know this is a very touchy subject for many.
Where are you going with this? Where are you going?
We had not seen a certain film called Star Wars: The Last Jedi,
I had not thought about this until recently. We haven't spoken of this yet.
and I purposely have not talked to you about it that much.
Right.
Like I know when you saw it, you were really excited,
Uh-huh.
and then when I saw it, I was really excited.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are, a month later. Tell
2
me
months
what-
later. It's been 2
Oh,
months.
it is 2 months later. Wow. Tell me what you thought about Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and I think at this point we can spoil it.
Do you want? Yeah, it's
spoiler alert.
spoilers on Star Wars: The
It's
Last
been
Jedi.
2 months, guys. If you care anything about this movie, you've seen it.
Do you want my just final quick overview, or do you want a step-by-step process? What do you want here?
Yeah, just give me your overview.
Okay, so like you said, when I first saw it, I was in love with it. It was, if not my favorite Star Wars movie, definitely up there. And then as time went on, and I believe I kind of put this on the internet's back because I do read a lot of stuff online, on Reddit, on Facebook, on everywhere. And I think reading that gave me more negative ideas of it. And so my grade dropped drastically from that. And so about a week after that, I was on the fence, like, do I like this movie? Do I not? Do I like it only because it's Star Wars? What's the deal? And as time goes on, where we are now, and I believe my final standing ground, I love it. Not as much as The Force Awakens. I think it could have been better in some parts, but it was amazing. And I'm glad they did things that I didn't expect them to do or want them to do.
Yeah.
I think people's main complaint is, for decades, at the bare minimum, for 2 years since The Force Awakens, we've had these ideas of these characters and these backstories we've created. And the fact that we didn't see that come out on screen from what we thought should happen, people got mad about that. And to me, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, who owes us that to? It's not a fan service here. It's a work of fiction that they present to us, and we take that.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be able to make that ourselves. That just bothers me.
I do take issue with a lot of the complaints that I've heard.
Uh-huh.
Because I think they're just crybaby complaints.
Like, I am mad. I'm mad that Snoke didn't have a deeper backstory. I'm mad that Rey's parents meant nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm
I'm
also
mad that Phasma is
yeah,
gone.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, because of my wants, shouldn't be on screen because I want them.
I'm mad that now I know where blue milk comes from.
Right?
I didn't like it.
You like
I
that
didn't
one
like
bit?
seeing it. No, I'm just joking.
So, I mean, that's my quick take. What is yours?
I think, I applaud Rian Johnson for what he did with that. And I think that was the bravest Star Wars movie
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it took the saga to places that are not appreciated now, but down the road we'll appreciate. Unless J.J. Abrams comes in, changes everything back.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, Snoke, it was a hologram. It's not, Snoke's not really dead.
Right.
No, Phasma's okay. She
you
just
see,
fell
yeah.
a deck down. She's okay. Unless JJ comes in
Uh-huh.
and changes everything that Ryan Johnson changed from the Force, and he changes it back,
Right.
which he's not going to do.
Nope.
That would not be smart. I think it's the exact kind of movie the Star Wars saga needed.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
it doesn't bother me what we where we saw Luke Skywalker and how he ended up and the whole like Luke would never do that. Yeah, Luke has always struggled, going back and forth, trying to fight,
Without a doubt, yeah.
fight, avenging and revenge, and stay on the light side of the Force. It's always been a struggle for him.
Yeah.
Since the original trilogy. Well, and I know he wasn't in the prequels, but so it doesn't bother me to see that, he ended up kind of a jaded Jedi. I would expect nothing less. It was my favorite Yoda scene ever.
Amazing. Amazing.
Favorite
wasn't it?
Yoda scene ever.
Amazing.
Because I hate all that Dagobah shit from the Empire. Like Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie, but I fast forward through the Dagobah stuff every time.
But it was great Yoda and Papa Yoda at that.
I love that Yoda. The Force flight with Leia that
Yeah.
everybody has a problem with,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I
Right.
didn't really like it. But at the same time, consistently in these movies, you've seen the Force used in ways you didn't know the Force could
Right.
be used.
Right.
So even though I didn't like it, it's not any more ridiculous than this little green puppet making an X-Wing lift out of the swamp.
Exactly.
So I don't think a lot of the arguments that you hear, these kind of crybaby fanboy arguments, is like I did not like seeing Leia go. I think that
No.
would have been, now knowing what we know, that would have been the perfect way to end the Leia story.
Yeah.
I think in
Yeah.
the trilogy.
I think so, yeah.
'Cause
But, there's so much
she-
shot. I mean, I don't know.
She cannot have an on-screen demise now, and at least that could
Right.
have been an on-screen demise for her, and it could have been an heroic demise.
Yeah.
And I thought the story was good. It's like, it was just a chase, like a slow speed chase the entire. I mean,
What do
come
they
on.
expect? I mean, they're mad because the previous installments had just recycled the Death Star over and over.
Yeah.
And now it's something totally different, and they're mad about that.
And it was brave and it was different and it gave, like, Rey will end up being the deepest character
Yeah.
in any of the Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
regardless of what her lineage is and who her parents end up being, if we even find that out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's possible that she was being lied to.
Right, yeah.
It's possible Kylo Ren was lying to her.
Right.
So there's still a possibility that, it's just like when in Empire, when Luke went into the forest and he saw himself in the tree and then it turns into Vader. And,
Right.
it's all this ambiguous stuff. The fact that she couldn't see who it was didn't necessarily mean it didn't matter who it was. She just can't see who it is. And so, I mean, the Snoke thing, I'm kind of with you. I would have liked to have known a little more about him.
Yeah.
But
But you don't deserve that. You know what I mean?
No.
You can't get mad because you didn't see
No.
what you wanted to see.
I didn't deserve anything. Like, I didn't deserve anything past. You don't deserve any of it.
Right.
Like, none of it you deserve. Now, the fact that you became fans, we're constantly getting more Star Wars than we ever thought we would. Like, I didn't, once I went to see The Return of the Jedi in 1983,
Right.
thought that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Then we got another trilogy that I didn't particularly care for. And now we've gotten two that I really like.
I know.
Now I'm with you. I think for me, The Force Awakens is a little higher on the list, but The Last Jedi is still way high for me. I
need to
love
see it
that
again. I've only
movie.
seen it once because of things happening, but I need to see it again.
Yeah.
I do.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
a
I
lot.
will buy it and watch it many times more.
I love the way Luke showed up because it would have been, he even said it. Like, what am I going to show up with a laser sword?
Yeah.
And take on the whole First Order? I'm an
Yeah.
old man.
Right.
But to do the projection, the Force projection, and I just thought that was brilliant. I loved that. And with the dice, he had from the Millennium Falcon and all of that. It was just, there was a lot more fan service in that movie than that movie's given credit
And
for.
that, I mean, it's been a while since I've had that kind of shock moment is whenever they're in the with the Praetorian Guards with Snoke and Kylo Ren and Rey team up. That
Yes.
moment where he brings the lightsaber to him and slices him in two. She grabs it and the fight scene starts.
Yeah.
I mean, I only saw that one time, but it's like it's ingrained in my brain already.
Yeah.
I mean, shot for shot, moment for moment, it was badass. It was awesome.
And I'm kind of, on one aspect, I'm glad that we weren't able to come and do a show right after seeing The Last Jedi.
Yeah, it would be a totally different perspective, like how we spoke of it from now and then. Yeah.
But I know, like, I've only seen it once too.
Yeah.
And like Jumper, not Jumper. What was it? His other movie?
Oh, Ryan Johnson's?
Yeah.
Was it Jumper?
Looper, not Jumper.
Yeah, Jumper.
Looper.
It's funny.
Jumper.
The tie-in with Hayden Christensen, though.
Yeah,
So
I know. That's what I was
funny.
thinking. Jumper. Yeah. Looper. Looper. Like you have to see Looper a couple of times.
Yeah,
to totally, like completely get it.
Right.
And I think that's the same thing with this movie. There's plenty of there to enjoy the first go around. And I think when I see it the second time, a lot of the stuff will make, total, and it already makes sense to me, but I think it will solidify it a lot more. Like the ending with the kid.
Yeah.
That was so brilliant.
A lot of people were mad about that, but I loved it. I loved it.
The legend of Luke Skywalker. Like that's what lives on is the legend, because you can never beat a legend. You can beat a man, even if that man's a Jedi.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Right.
They can be beaten. But the legend of Luke Skywalker, who stood down the entire First Order, and then, you see that kind of carried on to this kid. And then when he made the broom move, I was like, oh wow. This is great.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff we need in Star Wars to keep it fresh.
I know.
Now, with that,
Rose, man. I can do without Rose.
yeah, I think that whole
Like you take her character out, nothing at all changes, right? Am I wrong in that?
Yeah, it gave a little, emotional for
Finn.
for Finn.
Yeah.
Or FN.
Yeah. I think he deserves to be more in the mix, too. He really does.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more with those characters, other than just to be there for Phasma's demise,
Right.
and
Yeah.
an awkward Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
His character.
Right.
I mean, it was okay. That whole what's that casino called?
Man, it's
What is the name
Panto
of it?
Blight. It's Bright, Panto Bright, something Bright Blight.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, that whole the stuff with the horses, not
Yeah.
the horses, but the creatures.
yeah.
I mean, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole portion of the movie is not my favorite part of the movie. But yeah, I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah.
And I think I will enjoy it even more because that when you know what to expect, you watch something closer.
Right.
Now, with that said, we got during the big game the other night, during the Super Bowl, we got a teaser trailer for Star Wars, a Han Solo or Solo, a Star Wars story.
Right.
And then we got the trailer the next day. And curious to see what your initial thoughts on that is.
Not so good. Not looking forward to this one. I think in general, I won't like these in between movies. If you ask me.
Because you weren't a big Rogue One fan.
Not at all.
I watched Rogue One again the other
Really?
night.
Yeah.
It was on.
You still like it quite a bit?
Yeah, I really think it was such a great.
I can't. Yeah.
Much like how I liked The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I just think it's so
Yeah.
different and brave.
Really?
And just Jen Erso's a great character.
Yeah.
And I would like to see her in more adventures.
I mean, totally well
and
done.
K2SO.
I think it was his
Yeah.
own thing, but it's to me, it's not Star Wars. I know it's set in the universe and it kind of does that thing, but to me, it's all about. I don't know. Jedi are important to me. They're very important to me.
Not. I know they are.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I mean, the Force and the lightsabers. That's the quintessential Star Wars to me.
But and I think I said this when it first came out. I think as much as you like the Force, watch Rogue One again because it is actually very Force centric. I mean, it takes place on Jeddah. Part of it takes place on Jeddah, and then it's really neat to see how the Force affects those that believe in it who aren't necessarily Jedi, and treats it more like a religion
Right.
than magic. And I really did like that about Rogue One. Solo, Lando Calrissian looks awesome.
Yeah, he does, right? Yeah.
To see Donald Glover in it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
It was cool to see Chewie. And there were a couple of times where it felt like you were seeing Han Solo.
Kind of, yeah, sometimes.
So
but the voice, it's tough to be. That's a very iconic character, and to have someone play that, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough choice to make. It's like, when they did that Superman Returns and Brandon Routh was spot on Christopher Reeve.
Right, yeah.
But then kind of caught shit for it.
Yeah.
Because he
It's-
wasn't
yeah.
his own. So I will definitely see that Solo movie. I mean, there's no doubt
Right,
in my
yeah.
mind that I'll see it.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
But,
we'll see.
I watched it and I was just like, okay.
I saw an article saying it was a positive review for it, and what people are seeing and saying about it, but they said it's the funniest Star Wars movie yet. Is that what we're going for here?
In the trailer?
Yeah.
I didn't get that out of the trailer at all.
Someone saw like clips. It was someone in the industry had seen more than the clips in the trailer. Had seen bits of the movie.
Yeah.
And they're saying the first early reviews on that were kind of the theme of it. It's the funniest Star Wars movie yet.
That's what they said about Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
it's the
that's true.
funniest Marvel movie yet.
That's true.
And everyone loved it.
Yeah, it worked.
I mean, it's my third favorite.
Yeah, right.
Except us. It
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Thor Ragnarok was really good.
Yeah.
But I do think they kind of overdid the comedy a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But I think in this one they were going way down that road because the guys they had directing it before Ron Howard came in.
Oh yeah,
for Solo.
Yeah, forget their names, but the 21 Jump Street guys, Lord Taylor, Phil Lord, Lord Taylor,
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Lord Taylor,
it's like a wrestler.
It's Sir Lord Taylor. So let's take a break. And then we'll come back.
Is it time already?
Yeah.
That flew by.
I know.
Wow.
It happens when you're back. This is what we do.
Okay.
We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll get caught up on other stuff that we've watched and experienced over the last 2 months.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Cornflake.
So we host the Flopcast.
We cover nerd and geek subjects of all types, but this is sort of a sillier, goofier side of geekdom, I'd say.
We love to talk about music, especially funny music.
We talk about comic books, conventions,
Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh yeah. I'd say if you're going to put the Flopcast in Brady Bunch terms, we're like the cousin Oliver of podcasting. And we do a ridiculous new Flopcast episode every week.
What is wrong with us?
We really have nothing else to do. We're part of the Earth Station 1 podcast network.
And you can find us at flopcast.net.
I forgot how much I missed this song.
That's a good song, right?
It's very easy to be the SOB OTW.
Very easy.
You just have to reach out to us.
It's all about online interaction.
Yeah, email, social media, just connect with us somehow. And we would like to get more of that in 2018.
Right, yeah. It's always fun to have people reach out. And sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for sad reasons, like our friend Joshua Stark did just a few weeks ago.
Tony's boy?
Yeah, Tony's boy Joshua.
Oh, yeah.
He reached out on Facebook because we did have a little lengthy the break there.
Well,
we tried to warn beforehand, but sometimes you don't know what's going to happen.
And that final episode, I think we even said it'd be February before we came back.
I listened recently. We said January. I think we said the end of January.
Yeah,
maybe middle or end. And this was the end of January. He reached out, so he was on
you
time.
Said you'd be back. Where are you?
But Joshua says to us on Facebook. He says, "Hey guys, just wanted to drop a line. Haven't heard you guys on in a minute, and got on the Patreon feed. Last one was the Holiday Hero Havoc. Is everything okay? Are you guys just taking a break? Really has been a great show for me, and I feel a kinship to JP because I was in radio for 20 years. I believe we were about the same age. As a matter of fact, you guys have inspired me.
He's 23?
I think that's what he is, yeah. As a matter of fact, you guys have inspired me to get back in the voiceover game.
Aww.
Sorry for the typos. Siri can be a real bitch sometimes. Thanks for the show. I'll hang up and listen off the air."
Well, Joshua, here's what you can do.
Yeah.
If you're getting back into the VO game, let us help you out.
Yeah.
Voice some stuff for the show. We'll use it on the show.
That's kind of what he said in his second message.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to go for that?
Message number 2.
Well, I gave him the run back. I'm like, "Hey, Joshua, Adam here. Thanks for reaching out and the kind words. We're in the middle of taking a small break. We'll be releasing our newest episode next Friday, which is pretty much right now."
Yeah.
I go on and tell him what's going on with the baby and your flu and stuff. We'll be back soon. Thanks for the words.
The baby flu.
And then he says, of course, it's a well-deserved break. Holiday Hero Havoc was epic with an exclamation, so he did love that.
I knew, see? All the negativity about Holiday Hero Havoc, and everybody loved it.
Thanks for getting back to me. I appreciate it. I hope JP gets well soon. Currently, I did ask about his voiceover work. I asked what he's doing currently with that. He says, currently I don't even have a demo up. I know I'm horrible, but I've also have a contract to redo VO for the educational videos on a stock trading website. Pretty cool.
Well, I hope that's still going after this week.
He says it was regional voice for Sears. He did work for IRN USA Talk Radio Network, as well as EMF, K-Love, and Air One. Worked in and around the Memphis market for about 15 years. You may have bumped some shoulders with him, maybe.
It's possible, because I was down in Jackson.
Yeah. Got in on the technical side of broadcasting and did some automation work. Then went to Missouri and then California and Florida before giving up and heading back to Memphis. Now I'm running a GameStop, which to me is pretty awesome. I meant to respond back and saying that's kind of my dream job, but it's a sigh for him. Yeah. But like I said, I've done a ton, including interviewing and big voice stuff. A lot of concert 30s for Christian radios. Sadly, I trashed most of it, but like I said, getting back into it. Got some good friends I haven't talked to in a bit. I'm going to reconnect with. You know how that is, JP.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Adam, thanks for getting back with me. If you guys need any voiceover or anything down here in Memphis, please let me know. He says.
Put some stuff together. You know what we talk about.
Yeah.
And you've been in radio. You can
do it.
Write creative.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah.
Throw us some lines.
Yeah.
I'll put it together. Put it together if you want to put it together.
That'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
You know, we do like, you could do something for, oh, wow.
What's that?
I just got an alert that my computer's about to reboot.
Oh, nice.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
He wants to update Windows. Hang on.
Let's see what happens.
I said wait an hour. So in an hour, it's going to tell us that again.
Okay.
Yeah, what do we do? This week in NWO News.
Right, yeah.
We do the SOBOTW.
Even intros, outros. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
After these messages, have yourself a hunk of cheese. Please, throw some VO stuff together.
Do it. It'd be fun.
Just like Joshua, you can be the SOBOTW.
Yes,
actually, Joshua is also a Patreon subscriber.
All right. He described it there, yeah.
And Joshua, I want you to know that just this week, your Patreon funds were put to good use as we re-upped our website.
They were.
Exclusively through our donations from Patreon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the first time, we didn't have to actually cover the website doings.
Yeah, for the year.
It's pretty awesome.
And I promise I will be updating the website very soon.
It's all a beautiful ecosystem.
I mean, those are great pictures of like
2013, 15 stuff.
Did.
Yeah. It's good. It's all good.
But yeah, just like Joshua, you could be the SOBOTW by sending us an email. AJP@adamandjp.com.
I had to think about it too.
Or find us on Facebook, which we're going to get more active on Facebook in 2018, I promise.
And
also on Twitter both at Adam and JP.
Right.
So
just look up Adam and JP or a podcast roll. It's there.
Yeah. And you can find us on Spotify. We're on Spotify now.
Right.
Were we on Spotify when we left?
I believe we were trying to. Not sure if we were.
Yeah.
It's official now, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're officially on Spotify now.
Yeah.
Other things that we've experienced over the last couple of months.
We talking actual life experiences or things we've seen or viewed or read or played or what?
Well, the movie I want to talk about is a film on Netflix. First of all, have you watched the Cloverfield Paradox yet?
I have not yet. I've heard terrible things.
Me too.
Yeah.
So even though what they did was amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, during the Super Bowl.
The fact in 2018 we can have secrets like that, it's amazing.
Yeah. And you can watch it right after the big game.
It was like the U2 iPhone thing, but it was actually awesome.
Yeah.
It's on your phone now.
Yeah,
that song still plays my iPhone. I plug it in. Every time the first song it plays is U2.
You can remove it.
I've heard. I worked there when it happened. I never learned how to.
You just delete it.
Really? I thought it stayed no matter what. When it first happened, we had people. It was like a crazy process. It may be easier now, so I gave up on it.
Yeah.
But I worked at the Apple Store at the time, and it was a lengthy. You had to go to certain websites, have your phone plugged in, and do a certain button combination. It was crazy.
Really?
It may be easier now, but the first few months it was not.
When you were at Apple, were they talking about how they're? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna slow these phones down so people upgrade faster.
Well, we kind of knew.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that there. You saw. I mean, I think it was. I knew from the get go. Like people were confused now and. The government listens in on our conversations. I kind of don't
they've
know that?
always been listening on the conversations.
Don't you know that? Yeah.
So there's a film called Bright, directed by Max Landis, written and directed, right? Or just written?
I think it's written. I don't think he directed it.
Directed. He wrote it. Starring Will Smith. And I watched this movie while I had the flu.
Yeah.
Which could be part of the problem. But what did you think of Bright? Did you like it?
I loved it. I went in totally with zero expectations. Honestly, I had no idea it was being made, who was behind it, who was acting in it. And I basically saw a small clip, a little snippet on Netflix the day of. And I'm like, you know what, check it out. And I liked it a lot. I think I would have liked it even more if it were like a, 12 or even 8-part series to it. But it was good. I think the format was wrong, being a 90-minute movie. The long form would have been better. But for what it was, I liked it quite a bit.
So it takes place in a world much like today. Like I would say it's got to be 2018 or the near future.
It's close.
But you have to, a long time, mythical creatures have lived among us.
Right.
Such as orcs and elves.
Yeah. Fairies.
Yeah. Poor fairies.
Yeah, people hate them, right?
People hate the
They
fairies.
throw their crap at you and stuff.
I know.
But I mean, they're,
That's how they get stuck in bug zappers. And so, which is like a really interesting concept.
Right, yeah.
Like, how do we tell this?
It's like modern D&D.
Yeah. This kind of mythical story in a realistic time setting. Love the concept.
Did you not like the idea of the buddy cop movie behind that?
I love that idea.
Really?
I think to do a buddy cop movie, I think even down to the
I see where you're going with this.
Have the MacGuffin be a magic wand.
I see you're saying you don't like it as much as you wanted to, so I'm going to try to get there and see what got us there.
Okay.
Did you like the script? Did you like the dialogue?
Part of my problem was the dialogue.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you like the effects of the actual?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like the way it was shot.
Love the way it was shot.
You like the length of it. Think it should have been shorter, longer. It was good.
I could have gone like 15, 20 minutes longer, probably. Even
okay.
2 hours, maybe.
So your main beef was the dialogue itself.
No, my main beef was I think it was a fantastic idea that wasn't completely thought through. Because I think if you're going to go that route, then you have to realize that certain things in our society today would be different. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't represented. Like, it was exactly like today, except there's mythical creatures.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of it, they almost got there, like having, the elves be the upper echelon, and they're the ones running Beverly Hills, and, they're the smartest, and they're the lawyers and the millionaires. That's kind of cool. But here's a prime example. If you're going to do a wide shot of the LA skyline, and in that wide shot, you're going to see a dragon fly by, then at some point, there should be like some dragon stuff going down.
They shouldn't be just like kind of calm, serene dragons in the background?
Exactly. Like they're not going to just fly by like a bird. Like if you're living in a world with dragons, then there's something dragon related you're dealing with every day.
Yeah.
There's got to be something every day. Like a dragon crime of the week or day. I think unless there's just the one dragon and he's a cool dragon, he's Pete.
Puff or Pete?
Puff
or Pete.
And
Puffy Pete.
And he's just flying by the moonlight. that could be it. But I think...
Wait. Sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead.
For a long time, I thought Pete was the name of the dragon, too, but it is Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
Not Pete the Dragon. What is the dragon's name?
It's Pete's
I'm going to look it
Dragon.
up, because that always bothered me. As a kid, I call him Pete the Dragon.
Yeah, but he's not.
But it's
just
possessive of Pete's.
Yeah, it's Pete's Dragon. So I think that part of the dialogue, which seemed funny when you hear it, but his partner, when he calls his partner Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay, so we live in this world where there's mythical creatures, but there's still going to be the movie Shrek in which he can make this reference. The movie Shrek never would have been made. Like, it couldn't exist.
Well, I mean, ogres and orcs are different. I mean, right?
Maybe.
No?
But not so different. And, down to the way, like, the race is presented in the movie.
Yeah, it still has that, it's weird.
I think I think sociological different groups would be at different levels.
Yeah.
And I don't, like I said.
I find it kind of odd. A lot of the orcs had that, urban hip-hop vibe to it with jerseys and big chains and kind of the gangster feel to it.
Right.
That was odd.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. But then the hood is exactly how it is now.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends when. See, I'm curious. I don't think it ever says when these creatures came out to be.
Yeah.
Has it been this way since the dawn of time, or the past little bit?
I would think it's been a long time. So they just showed up one day, even though they're mythical creatures that go back thousands of years.
Yeah, I don't know. You think that's what it is?
There's a dragon flying by, and nobody's like, "Hey, I wonder what that dragon's into." Are we gonna find out if that dragon, burns down a town?
But I mean, to play devil's advocate, if we have these orcs
does the dragon burn down San Bernardino?
If we have orcs wearing football jerseys and elves running for political office, it's possible to have a dragon that is just a big bird.
I guess
possible,
but I just don't think. And then the fairy is not considered a life,
right? Yeah.
So you could just kill a fairy and everything's fine.
Well, I mean,
even though it's a very human-like being.
Devil's advocate again. I mean, if we see a mosquito, it has brains and feelings and has to survive,
but it can't talk to us. It can't look us in the eye.
Right.
It's an insect. But this is like a living. And I know the insect's a living being.
Right.
But this is like a humanoid creature.
Yeah.
That it's just cool to kill. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. So like I said, my big beef with Bright is that it's an interesting concept and a concept I applaud. And dude, maybe it's just too high fantasy for me.
You think so?
Maybe it goes back to that.
Don't like. I should have known. Yeah.
Maybe I can just not get into anything high fantasy.
Because they try
maybe that's what it is.
I think they try to make it for people who didn't like high fantasy and bring those characters archetypes into a modern world, and you didn't like it because it wasn't as true to original source material, which you don't like to begin with.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened there.
Like, where's the dragon going? Like, that's the story I want to know. Okay. And this is the first magic wand they've ever come into contact with?
I mean, maybe.
And you have this many magical creatures roaming around, but no one ever uses magic?
Well, I mean, it's in that controlled world. I don't think as many would use magic. I mean, we have almost everyone has a magic wand in their pocket right now with guns, but not everyone goes off shooting it everywhere.
Well, it certainly seems that way.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I really wanted to like it, and there were things about it that I really did like.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Will Smith was good. I think the chemistry was good. I think the concept is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I think it was a cool concept that wasn't completely thought through, and that's Max Landis.
Yeah. Man,
that's Max Landis.
that's sad.
Yeah. Like American Alien starts out really strong, first few issues,
Really?
and then just kind of goes off the rails towards the end.
You think he kind of Stephen King's it? I mean, use that
I think
as
he
a
does
verb
kind of
here?
Stephen King it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can give you a good setup,
Yeah.
get you really vested. Can't.
So I'm not saying you're the fixer of this problem, and that may be why you're not in this field. But how would you want to see it play out? What would you rather have it do?
I think it should have just been like.
You think orcs should have been their own? Like, I mean, orcs and elves should have, elves shouldn't have been like rich old white people, and orcs shouldn't have had the urban feel to it. They should have had their own societal feel to it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're gonna go, like, let's take your example. Like, they just showed up one day, not that long ago, say 20 years ago,
because they never. I don't think they said that. But that's how I took it.
That they just showed up one day.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
So, you see this kind of institutional racism towards some of these creatures, which I think you would say. But I think in the world that we live in today, and over the last 20 years, like if they had just shown up, then you would have that institutional bias for all creatures that were different,
right,
than what we, than a regular human.
Yeah.
So I think all those creatures would be on the low end of the sociological chain.
Right.
I think that's where we would put them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're like that. We like class and we like to rank people.
That's true. Yeah.
And we
it's
like
sad, but true.
And I think if mythical creatures just showed up out of nowhere, then we would, just like if aliens showed up, we would just assume they're beneath us somehow.
Yeah.
Which we have no right to assume that, but we would.
Yeah.
Because that's just how humans are. We're always looking for someone to be beneath us. So if an entirely different class and not even race, but just species shows up that we can interact with, we're going to try to put them below
That's
us.
true. Yeah, it's sad but true.
Yeah. But yeah, and I think I would like to have seen more of that represented in the movie. And then there's a little bit of it, and they almost got there with it. But then, like the Shrek reference. Like if they've been around a while, Shrek's never going to get made.
I totally forgot that line even happened, but that's really bothering you with Shrek thing.
Yeah, I mean, it took me so out of the movie. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what happened? Another movie I watched.
What's that?
That I've seen 1,000 times. I got taken out of by something.
What's that?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Why's that?
Can you guess what would take me out of that movie?
I don't know.
Why is there buses running after 6 o'clock at night? And on top of that, why is the bus full of kids? And where are they going?
That's a good point.
At the end of the movie.
So, yeah.
Because at one point, Ferris looks at his watch and it's almost 6 o'clock. And he's got to get home before his parents get home.
So I try to avoid those rabbit holes and those logic tunnels.
Yeah.
Because as a young kid, I used to do that and take myself out of it, and I had to stop it. I mean, at a young age, I would think like watching Ghostbusters, okay? And then on the rooftop scene, they can't think of anything from their childhood or anything.
Oh, I've done this so many times. Okay, go ahead.
So they can't think of anything, right?
Right.
Or else it'll appear as a physical confrontation in front of them.
Yeah.
So if we're going for realism like that in that world, how do I put it? Bill Murray does not exist in that world? In Ghost, I know, of course, we have Peter Venkman.
Yeah.
But does the person of Bill Murray not exist?
Okay, no, you're going a completely different route.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Bill Murray. I don't think he
take
does.
Ghostbusters out. Take Home Alone.
Yeah.
In the Home Alone universe, does the child actor...
Does Richie Rich exist?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does Macaulay Culkin, the child actor, not exist? I mean, I used to think of that as a kid and had to nip that in the bud fast, because if you do that, every single movie is ruined.
Yeah.
All realism, any logic is gone. Name a movie. Any Rocky movie. Does Sly Stallone not exist? In Rocky 5, Rocky 6, Rocky Balboa, I mean, does the character, the actor of Sylvester Stallone not exist? Are there Rocky movies in the Rocky universe?
No.
So therefore,
there's not.
all logic is invalid because it's not real. See what I'm saying? It hurts. It hurts to think about it.
Does Rocky exist in Last Action Hero?
Yeah, who knows? That's like double dipping. I don't know.
Yeah.
But does that make
Because
sense?
In that world, Stallone was in Terminator.
I've always thought of that. In that world, that actor doesn't exist. You can do all real things. They can make jokes of make Justin Bieber jokes and stuff on TV, but that actor doesn't
Except in
exist.
Ocean's 11.
What happens there?
Because the Julia Roberts character portrays herself as Julia Roberts.
Is she really?
Was it Ocean's 12?
Really?
Yeah.
She is Julia Roberts?
She's the character, but then they have to, when they're trying to steal the Fabergé egg,
Yeah.
they need a Julia Roberts lookalike. So they go with her because she looks just like Julia Roberts.
That's funny.
But it is Julia Roberts.
Interesting.
So she plays a person trying to play Julia Roberts.
So if Julia Roberts
and then
exists,
she exists, and
Yeah.
she runs into the real Bruce Willis, and it's actually Bruce Willis who realizes that she's not really Julia Roberts, even though she looks just like Julia Roberts.
so does George Clooney exist in that world? Or is he real or not? Yeah, just
see?
like random act.
Yeah,
That's where my mind bends. I can't do it.
yeah. Well, I thought you were going to go with Ghostbusters.
Yeah, tell me the Ghostbusters thing.
I thought you were going to say it's impossible to not think of anything.
That's true, yeah.
It is impossible to
totally,
not think. Clear
yeah.
your mind. Don't think of anything. You're
Yeah.
gonna think of something.
Right.
Like you
Totally.
can't do that.
Yeah. But what if Ray Stantz instead thought of of Caddyshack, and then Bill Murray's
Would Bill Murray show up?
exactly
Trying to kill the gopher?
Exactly. Like, wait, what's Venkman doing there in the old getup? I'm like, well, see what I'm saying? Like, there's just a
Why does he
vortex
look like
of
a groundskeeper?
It's a vortex of
It's
craziness.
okay. It's a baby Ruth.
I guess I'm thinking timeline. That was right before Ghostbusters, right? Caddyshack was like 81, 82.
Yeah, it was like 2-3 years before.
I almost said
Ghostbusters.
Meatballs, but that was a little close too. I get
Yeah.
the Meatballs, Stripes, Ghostbusters, Caddyshack timeline mixed up. If you had to guess, I'm gonna look it up right now. Ghostbusters, Meatballs, Caddyshack, and what else did I say? Let's say Stripes. Give me Meatballs, Stripes, Ghostbusters, Caddyshack.
It's Stripes, Meatballs, Caddyshack, Ghostbusters.
I'm gonna write that down. The order you said. And
Stripes,
I'll look it up.
Meatballs, Caddyshack, Ghostbusters. I think that's the release order.
Stripes, Meatballs, Ghostbusters, Caddyshack. Is that what you said?
Stripes, Meatballs, Caddyshack, Ghostbusters.
Okay. Well, we'll keep talking. I'm gonna slowly look that up and see
Yeah,
if you're
I think
right.
Stripes was the first one. Like,
Because for some reason that line of Bill Murray movies really it's a
wasn't
blur
this
to
a
me.
question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You think so?
Like they gave you 4 movies, you had to put them in order of release.
Oh, yeah, I think you're
There's
right.
a game show where you had to do
I
that.
think you're right.
Yeah, I'm going to say Stripes, Meatballs, Caddyshack, Ghostbusters.
Interesting. Well, give me a few seconds. I'll look it up for you.
Yeah. Well, while you're looking that up, I guess this is going to be the last thing we talk about, and then we'll come back next week and
It's been a fast episode, right?
reminisce more.
Yeah.
About the last couple of months. So my wife discovered the other night that you can actually play games with your Alexa. We have an Amazon Dot.
Yeah, those are fun, right?
One of those games is like Name That Tune. Mm-hmm. You can play Name That Tune.
Really?
with
I've done Jeopardy. I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah, you can do Jeopardy, Name That Tune. You can also do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Deal or No Deal. You can play Deal or No Deal.
Without visuals?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
But then she sets it up for you. You're standing in front of 10 cases.
Wow, it's like a tabletop RPG, Deal or No Deal.
They also have the RPGs. You can do the Wayne investigation
I have to try more of this. Okay.
where you're investigating the murder of the Waynes from Batman.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's set in Gotham.
That is amazing. I'll play this Jeopardy.
So if you say, Alexa, open the Wayne investigation, it sets it up. And like it's like a radio drama. It's like you're standing outside a theater. And, on the ground, you see popcorn and pearls. It says popcorn. It doesn't say pearls.
No pearls?
But I was expecting the popcorn. You see popcorn and pearls. Then you see the bodies of Thomas and Martha Wayne. And then you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to walk into the ticket booth? Or do you want to walk down Crime Alley? And so you have to tell Alexa what you want to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you start playing that? What do you say for it?
Alexa, open the Wayne investigation.
Really?
There's several RPGs you can play, though. There's one where you're walking through the forest, and you have to choose if you want to go towards the castle or it's like Dungeons and
That's really
Dragons.
cool.
Yeah.
I have the Bill Murray info in.
Okay.
You were pretty wrong. You got one right, and that was Ghostbusters.
Oh,
That
okay.
was the most recent, in
The
84.
last- yeah.
You said Stripes was first.
Yeah.
Would be the oldest. In actuality, it's Meatballs. 1979 was Meatballs.
Wow.
And then you said second would be Meatballs, but that was actually Caddyshack, 1980. Mm-hmm. And then Stripes in 81, Ghostbusters 84.
Oh, but where do
that's-
spies like us fall in
That's
there?
your Bill Murray minute.
Your Chevy Chase Dan Aykroyd movie.
Ooh, that's later on, right?
Your team up. Yeah, I think that was like 84.
Spies like us.
Yeah. Oh, there is one more thing I want to get to while you're looking up the year of Spies Like Us.
things you didn't expect to say this episode, right?
Yeah. Well, while you're looking up Spies Like Us, it might have been earlier than that. It might have been like 82.
I'm not seeing this. I'll find it. Don't you worry. I'm going to find this.
You don't know Spies Like Us? Chevy Chase? Dan Aykroyd?
Was Bill Murray in that, though?
No.
Oh. That's what we're looking up.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, never mind
I
that.
threw you a curveball.
Well, never mind. Okay.
So this week, this week marks, or actually today, the day we record this, it was 30 years ago today that the WWE had their highest TV audience of all time.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
And it was for the main event on NBC.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It was 30 years ago today. They drew an audience of 16.5 million viewers.
And what was happening then?
No. The main event drew a 15.2 rating, which is about 33 million viewers.
Wow.
So can you guess what happened 30 years ago today on the main event? Prime time, because, the main event was the Friday night show.
Right.
There was Saturday night's main event.
Uh-huh.
And then on the main event, it was a special the main event on Friday night, and it was only 1 hour. I remember watching this
in 1988.
In 1988.
So we're talking...
It's so vividly, I remember watching this.
So it has... Let's see, that has to be... Is that Warrior and Hogan?
No.
It's around that time, though.
It was a build-up to WrestleMania.
Right.
It established what would be the main event for WrestleMania that year. Well, what would factor into the main event.
In 1988.
Uh-huh.
So 85... Well, now I'm curious.
Hulk Hogan...
Right.
Defends his world championship against Andre the Giant.
That was Andre?
And remember, $1 Million Man had paid for Andre.
In 88. Are you sure?
Then he beats Hogan with a bad count from the referee.
Right.
And then you find out that the actual referee was tied up in the back and his twin ran out.
Oh, the Hebners. Dave and Earl.
Yeah.
Big Dave, Big Earl.
Dave and Earl
The
Hebner.
double noggin knocker and the toss of the rope.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it was, because Andre won the belt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the championship.
Yeah.
And handed it over to the $1 Million Man.
Wow.
The $1 Million Man had bought the championship
Everybody's got a price.
by paying for Andre the Giant and paying off the ref.
Yeah.
He tied up his brother in the back and ran out.
Which
and
in
cheated.
actuality, in real life, they were just as sleazy. Who would have thought?
That's true. And they really are. They here we go. I think this is the audio from from the main event.
All right, Vince McMahon, Bedlam and Pandemonium. Things in somewhat of a chaotic state here. Hulk Hogan, I'm sure there's going to be a thorough investigation by the World Wrestling Federation into what happened here tonight, and I know you could not be any more disappointed.
How much money did they spend on the plastic surgery, man? I had all bases covered. I had the Hulkamaniacs watching, DiBiase. I had Virgil in his place. Never in my wildest dreams, Mean Gene, would I think that I would get ripped off by a penny pinching two-timing referee. How much money on the plastic surgery? How much money did he spend to pay the referee off? When I turned around, Mean Gene, they were identical. Identical.
Hey, right here, Hulk. Here it is now.
Shoulder, brother. Look at the shoulder.
That's it.
The referee is paid off, brother. Look at the $100 bill falling out of his pocket.
I know you're disappointed, Hulk.
Look at the $100 bills falling out of his pocket.
Wow.
How much did they pay for the plastic surgery?
That's so good.
And then this led to WrestleMania 3? Was
That's
that
what I'm
right?
saying.
Or was this 4?
This would be at least.
It was 4 because they vacated it.
Yeah.
That's what President Jack Tunney decided what would
I was
happen.
confused because this is post WrestleMania 3.
He vacated the title, and then that's why they had the tournament at WrestleMania 4.
Right. Yeah.
And then Andre had to fight Hogan, and then neither one of them advanced to the championship. No.
Yeah, I can't remember that one worked.
Or was it? I can't remember. I remember it ended up being Savage. Randy Savage.
Randy Savage.
Randy Savage. 30 years ago.
That's crazy. Do you feel old?
How much did they pay for the plastic surgery, brother?
WrestleMania 4 did take place March 27th, 1988, which would be about 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. You're right, though. That main event still had Andre and Hogan on the front. It's funny because WrestleMania 3 at the Pontiac Silverdome is so ingrained in my brain as being one of the biggest sporting events of all time. You kind of forget 4 was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I've totally forgotten about that. I mean, WrestleMania 4 has that iconic poster.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then WrestleMania 5, the Mega Powers exploded.
So, yeah. The whole event breaks down into first round, quarterfinals, semifinals, main event. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I love that tournament.
The vacant between
4.
Macho Man and Ted DiBiase. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
With Andre, but still no Virgil.
Yeah. I had Virgil in his place.
I really don't remember this.
How much money did they pay, Gene?
Plastic surgery. What I'm curious about is, what did Dave work at like a Taco Bell for the first whatever years?
Well,
like,
it says
it was
this,
always Earl, right?
Well, it says in this article that they kept both of them off TV for a while.
But I mean, before he was a ref. I mean, Earl was the main dude for a long time.
The Hebner brothers were kept off TV for a while, with Earl eventually making his debut as Dave Hebner.
Right.
The actual Dave would occasionally be seen with road agents, so I guess they both worked back.
Oh, they did
behind
the old
scenes.
Michelle Tanner.
Yeah.
Those sons of bitches.
Yeah. But he was never named. Earl would have to wait several years before finally being referred to by his own name. For almost a decade, the main event was what the Hebners were best known for. But that changed at Survivor Series 97 when Earl was the referee for the match in which Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels double-crossed Bret Hart. The Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah.
Oh, my, it was another Hebner.
It was another Hebner. Wow.
And that was legit.
Wow.
Or was it?
Who knows at this point? Who knows? Wow.
So, wow. Earl called for the bell. Michaels had Hart in his own sharpshooter, then bolted from the ring and met up with Dave, whose car was running with their bags packed inside.
So is Earl Dave or is Dave Dave?
Well, Earl was Dave for a long time.
This is like the Gallagher brothers. That's all.
And then eventually Earl was Earl.
The Hebners are the Gallaghers of wrestling.
They really are.
Wow.
I can't believe, I never knew that they were both involved.
Me either.
And I didn't know they were that Earl was the referee for the Montreal.
I thought Dave was
Screwjob.
wow. They gave us the Michelle Tanner. They really did.
Yeah. By the way, I'm back on the wrestling train.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm back on the Fuller House train.
Are you?
I already finished it, yeah.
Well, I've watched it all.
That's good.
Yeah. I was so glad when that second half of the season dropped.
I know, yeah. The Japanese wedding and stuff. It was good to see.
Mm-hmm. It was good to see. Did you watch any of Raw 25?
None at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it good?
There were some good parts.
I saw clips of Vince taking a stunner.
Which was fun.
Which is like, I mean, it's got to happen.
That's always fun to see.
Yeah.
I will say, we probably don't need any more DX reunions.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot.
H is Triple H. He's always, he's always going to look like Triple H. Shawn Michaels is starting to...
Yeah. Starting to wither away a little bit.
Not look so much like the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
And the other guys, it's just ridiculous. Like X-Pac.
I didn't see. Yeah, was it
the
pretty bad?
kid.
Yeah.
The old man.
Was it bad?
Oh. And they're so excited to be out there.
Yeah.
And when they're old and they get excited, it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I'm surprised old Big Daddy Cool that he wasn't there.
Oh, really?
Razor Ramon was there.
Oh, yeah.
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 In his jacket with the...
I do have YouTube TV. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, you said I should do it. You said I should do
I have
YouTube
actual,
TV.
Yeah, it's great. I have actual TV again. I have like live cable I can record and watch stuff, and it's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I can watch actual TV. I watched the Super Bowl, not a terrible stream on some Korean stream on YouTube. It was great.
They had a lot of commercials during the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Noticed that. But I'm impressed. About $30 a month and every single channel you need.
But so did Tide.
That's
Are you sure the YouTube commercials weren't just Tide commercials?
That was great. That was really good.
Yeah.
That was very good.
That was probably my favorite set of commercials.
When they had to pay the people off, they were like mocking, right?
Or the same company just owns them.
Yeah, I guess, it's possible. Yeah.
They own Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
They own Old Spice.
Right.
So.
That's probably true, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was impressed with those. They were good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely back at it was funny. I watched Raw 25. There were people on there. I didn't know who it was.
Uh-huh.
I fell for it, watched the Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've watched Raw and SmackDown since the Rumble. So now, and that's why I told my wife, I was like, look, 2 weeks, I'm back in on it.
That's awesome.
I know everything that's going on.
So
I know all
I
the storylines.
I had this conversation a lot. I wonder if it's we're changing as fans or the actual product is changing. Because, I mean, there were people 20 years ago thought it was terrible.
I think it's really good. I think the difference now is the women's division is really good.
Yeah.
Like, they've got some really good performers in the women's division. Whereas before, Like when they had the women's Rumble, and you saw some of the divas come out.
Right.
Like Kelly was there, but she couldn't do
Was she
anything.
really? Well, she couldn't 10 years ago.
Yeah. So Kelly could just hang on to the top rope,
Wow.
and then you got somebody like Sasha Banks or, Charlotte Flair wasn't in the Rumble.
Did Kelly have her sex pose?
Well, I don't know.
No stripping?
Oh, was that?
That was her old strip thing. Remember back in ECW? Every single week she'd have a strip show.
Oh, that's right.
She was an exhibitionist, so she had to have a strip show.
And she was 19
Wow.
doing that. She was 19 when she debuted.
That's weird.
And then remember the zombie.
Oh, yeah. Zombie versus Sandman was the first match.
And do you remember they did the, well, we've really gone off the rails on this wrestling thing. Do you remember they had the WWE draft or fantasy at the time? Like you could be in the WWE fantasy league?
Yeah.
And we were all playing the fantasy league?
That's when the Sandman got you those kendo stick
And I
shots.
had the Sandman. He was on my team. And I would just like rack up every week. Because you got points if they used a weapon.
Yeah. Sandman is your Tom Brady of fantasy. Who'd have thought?
I so wish they'd bring back the WWE fantasy. I enjoyed that so much.
Yeah.
Because you pay so much attention. Oh, he's got a chance.
Oh,
He's
here
going to hit
comes.
somebody. Hit somebody.
Yeah, he left the ring. He got a 10 counter.
That's 5 points. That's 5 points for each shot.
That's awesome. I miss it, though.
So, you should watch it.
I need to get back in wrestling.
You should.
I do.
Yeah. Because there's some good stuff going on now.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah. Who's the champ? Is it still Brock?
Yeah, Brock's the champ.
Okay.
Well, he's the Universal Champion. And then AJ Styles is the WWE Champion. Yep.
Really? Mm-hmm. I saw my man won the Rumble. That made me happy. Nakamura?
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
He's good.
He's great. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah. I can't wait to see him in the main event at WrestleMania, hopefully.
They still have that Money in the Bank pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think that should be part of WrestleMania always.
But now, I guess this has been the trend over the last year or so, but now for all the stuff that had been traditionally just like men stuff, like the Money in the Bank and the Rumble, now they're putting in women versions of it. So they had a woman's Money in the Bank this year.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Same for the Rumble, like you said. Was it a full 30-woman Rumble?
Yeah.
Really?
Like there were 2 Rumbles during the pay-per-view. They did the men's first and then the women's.
Really?
And then the championship match was at the end.
Huh.
And this month, I guess it's February, or March, it's the first ever women's elimination chamber.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So the lineup is good now. The roster is good of women.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. They've got some good, like Becky Lynch is really good.
Yeah.
I could go. Yeah. Just watch it.
I'll check it out.
You'll enjoy it.
I
It's
will.
good.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll get back.
Join us next time.
Yeah.
When we just ramble on for another hour.
That's what we do.
This felt good, man.
I know. It felt right, didn't it?
It does feel right. I feel healthier now.
Just feels right.
It just feels right. Check us out online at adamandjp.com to be updated soon.
That's true. Same for Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/AdamandJP. On Twitter at AdamandJP. And check out Patreon.com/podcastroll like our friend Joshua Stark does as well.
I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
Eat your podcast roll.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network, your station for all things geek, classic, current, and beyond. Be part of the crew at ESONetwork.com.